Ever wondered why some friendships drain you? Now, we all know relationships are the bedrock of our lives, right? They can fuel our happiness, growth, and sense of belonging. But here's the kicker. Not every person we cross paths with will be a positive influence. In fact, some might just be the opposite. It's crucial to recognize and distance ourselves from such individuals for our own well-being. So today we'll break down the 10 types of people you might want to reconsider being friends with. First up, we have the pessimist. Now, this is the person who always seems to have a dark cloud hovering over their head. No matter what the situation, they'll find a way to focus on the negatives. It could be a bright sunny day, and they'll complain about the risk of sunburn. They could win the lottery, and they'd worry about the tax they'll have to pay. You see, the pessimist doesn't just see the glass half empty, they see it smashed on the floor. Their constant negativity can be draining. It's like a heavy chain around your neck, pulling you down into their world of gloom and doom. And here's the kicker, their negativity can rub off on you. It's easy to start seeing the world through their gray-tinted glasses, and that's something you don't need. You need positivity, optimism, and hope in your life. Remember, it's hard to fly high when you're weighed down by negativity. Next, we have the gossip. Now, this is a character who thrives on the thrill of sharing the latest news about others, whether factual or not. They have a knack for spinning tales, magnifying even the smallest of details into full-blown dramas. They're the ones who always seem to know everyone's business, even when it's not their place to know. Gossiping breeds negativity and can be harmful to the fabric of any social circle. It's like a wildfire, spreading fast and leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. Relationships can be harmed, trust can be broken, and the unity of a group can be shattered. More often than not, the gossip doesn't discriminate. They talk about everyone. This brings us to a rather unsettling question. If they're so quick to share the secrets of others, what's stopping them from talking about you? Remember, a friendship built on trust is invaluable. After all, if they're talking about others, what are they saying about you? Third on our list is the critic. We all know someone like this, don't we? They're the ones who always have a comment, a correction, a critique. Their words are laced with a constant need to correct others. And it's not just about grammar or facts. They seem to find a flaw in everything. Your ideas, your dreams, your passions. Now, don't get me wrong. We all need a bit of criticism from time to time. It helps us grow, improve, and strive for better. But there's a stark difference between constructive criticism and destructive criticism. The critic falls under the latter category. Their constant criticism isn't there to help you grow. Instead, it's often a blow to your self-esteem, a punch to your confidence. They seldom offer support or encouragement, choosing instead to highlight your shortcomings. Their negativity can be a drain, leaving you feeling deflated and disheartened. Constructive criticism is one thing, but constant negativity is another. Coming up next is the user. Now, this is a character that can be hard to spot at first. They're typically charismatic, charming, and they know just what to say to win you over. But here's the rub. The user isn't interested in you for who you are, but rather what you can do for them. They're the friends who only call when they need a favor. The ones who seem to have an endless list of problems, but never any solutions. They're always in a bind, always in need, and you, being the good-hearted soul you are, always find yourself stepping in to help. And while there's nothing wrong with lending a hand, it's important to remember that friendship isn't about keeping score, but it's also not about being taken advantage of. You see, the user is a master at making you feel guilty for not helping them. But the truth is, they're simply taking advantage of your kindness. It's an emotionally draining, one-sided friendship that leaves you feeling used and underappreciated. Remember, friendship is a two-way street, not a one-way favor train. Halfway through, we meet the envious one. Now, envy, folks, is a potent poison that can seep into the roots of a friendship and turn it sour. It's a destructive force that breeds resentment, a sly serpent that hisses dissatisfaction into the ears of those who allow it to slither into their hearts. When a friend starts to turn green with envy, they stop being genuinely happy for your victories. Each of your triumphs becomes a bitter pill for them to swallow, and your successes are met with resentment rather than rejoicing. They start to view life as a competition where your gain is their loss, and that, my friends, can darken the brightest of bonds. Remember, true friendship is not a battlefield. It's a mutual admiration society. A real friend not only shares in your joy, but also helps multiply it. They lift you up, not drag you down. True friends celebrate each other's achievements, not envy them. Next up is the drama queen. This individual has an uncanny knack for transforming even the most mundane situations into full-blown soap operas. They revel in chaos, seemingly feeding off the energy that comes with conflict and turmoil. Their lives are a never-ending series of dramatic events, and they have an irresistible urge to pull everyone around them into their whirlwind. Being friends with a drama queen can feel like you're living on a roller coaster. One moment everything is calm, and the next, you're plunged into a crisis you had no part in creating. They thrive on the attention that comes with drama, often turning a molehill into a mountain just to be the center of attention. The unnecessary stress and conflict that comes with being in the drama queen's orbit can be exhausting. It's like being on a constant emotional treadmill, running to keep up with their latest crisis. After all, life has enough drama on its own, doesn't it? Eighth on the list is the flake. This is the type of person who's always promising to do something but rarely follows through. They're the ones who assure you they'll be at your birthday party but then never show up. They're the ones who say they'll help you move but suddenly disappear when the day comes. Their promises are as fleeting as a snowflake in the sun. These flakes can be charming, and it's easy to forgive them at first, but over time their unreliability becomes a burden. It's hard to count on someone who's so unpredictable, and it's even harder to build a solid friendship on a foundation of broken promises. The disappointment that comes with each broken promise can strain the friendship, and you might find yourself constantly questioning their loyalty and commitment. It's important to remember that reliability forms the backbone of any strong friendship. Next to last is the one-upper. Now, we've all run into this character at some point. This is the friend who's always got a bigger fish to fry, a taller tale to tell, or a grander adventure to share. You mentioned you've been hiking? Well, they've scaled Mount Everest. You've just finished a marathon. They've completed an Ironman. It's as if their life is a constant game of one-upmanship, a relentless scramble to stay one step ahead. But here's the kicker. This competitive nature, while it may seem harmless or even amusing at first, can slowly erode the foundation of a friendship. It turns every conversation into a contest, every shared experience into a battleground, and every achievement into a stepping stone for their self-aggrandizement. But remember, my friends, friendship isn't about outdoing each other. It's not a competition. It's a mutual support system. It's about shared experiences and shared growth, not who's done more or who's achieved more. Friendship isn't a competition, it's a mutual support system. And finally, we have the manipulator. This character is a master of mind games, always scheming and plotting to use others for their own gain. They are puppeteers, pulling the strings behind the scenes, orchestrating situations to their advantage. A manipulator's lack of respect for boundaries is a stark contrast to the respect that's fundamental to genuine friendships. One of the most damaging aspects of a manipulator is the emotional turmoil they can cause. They're adept at planting seeds of doubt, fostering insecurity, and creating a cycle of dependency. They'll make you question your own worth, leading you down a path of self-doubt and confusion. It's a toxic environment, one that no one deserves to be a part of. Remember, in any relationship, mutual respect and trust are the cornerstones. A manipulator undermines these principles, turning the friendship into a one-sided affair. In a true friendship, respect and trust should never be compromised. So there you have it. The 10 types of people that might be worth a second thought. From the pessimists who drain your positivity, to the gossips who erode your trust, the critics, the users, the envious ones, the drama queens, the flakes, the one-uppers, and the manipulators. Each with their unique way of sapping the joy out of your life. But always remember, the essence of friendship lies in mutual growth and support. Remember, choose friends who lift you up, not bring you down. Until next time, take care.